Coming up on First at 4, some Eastern Kentucky schools make the grade as they are recognized for excellence. Plus, one local business is using candles to shine a glimmer of hope for flood victims of Helene.
Warm is the word as we're seeing temperatures in the 70s and 80s. How long will this nice weather last? Details in a few minutes.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News First at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. First at 4, the Kentucky Department of Education has released its annual report card numbers. Several schools in Eastern Kentucky were at or near the top of the list, but 2 in particular had a long road to reach where they are today. WYMT's Austin Hicks tells us about 2 schools overcoming adversity.
Robinson's 6th through 8th grade was rated the 10th highest scoring middle school in the state, and Buckhorn High was rated the 6th highest rated high school in the state. What makes this story more impressive is what these schools had to go through to get here. During the July 2022 floods, both schools suffered damage that forced students and staff to move into the old Combs Elementary building. Now, 2 years later, both institutions are doing more than surviving. They are thriving.
Thankful to have the opportunity to come here. I think today that data coming out just really proved that the most important resources in your building are your community, your students, and your staff. And so we just have an awesome community.
Jamie says folks everywhere can learn perseverance from the students and staff here at Robinson Elementary. In Perry County, Austin Hicks, WYMT Mountain News.
Coming up at 6, we'll learn more about the challenges these schools face to earn these ratings, and we'll also look at how some of our other schools did across the region. We now know the name of the person hit and killed by a train in Pulaski County. The Pulaski County coroner identified the man as 34-year-old Edward Yanico from Somerset. Crews say the crash happened overnight in the area of West Columbia and Mill Streets in Somerset. Norfolk Southern said a train hit a person walking along the tracks. Firefighters used a drone to find Yanico. He was pronounced dead at the scene.
Well, after we got the fog out of here, we all in all had a beautiful Thursday across Eastern Kentucky with temperatures in the 70s and 80s. Take a look outside right now. We're sitting at 79 in Hazard. You go to Manchester, 82, 79 is the current temperature in London. Somerset's at 81. Monticello's checking in with 80. 82 in Jonesville, 10 cooler in Wise. And we take a look at the 24-hour temperature change. We are 16 degrees warmer than this time yesterday in Hazard. 15 degrees warmer in Jackson, 14 degrees warmer in Williamsburg, as well as Logan in West Virginia. All is quiet on live pinpoint Doppler radar. We are seeing a little bit of ground clutter being picked up, but we are seeing a clean sweep at this hour. The next 12 hours, not bad at all. Get outside and fire up the grill, as we'll see temperatures in the low to mid 70s by the 7 o'clock hour, low 70s by 9 p.m., mid 60s as we go throughout the overnight hours with mostly clear skies. When you wake up in the morning, temperatures in the 50s and 60s will greet you again, making for another picture-perfect evening across Eastern Kentucky. Now, all good things must come to an end as we are going to cool off, but the question is when. I'll have the details on the first alert forecast in a few minutes. Steve.
Eric, thanks. Helene is now the 2nd deadliest hurricane to hit the United States this century, with more than 200 people now dead throughout 6 states. President Biden visited Florida and Georgia today, talking with people devastated by the hurricane who are running short on supplies. During a visit yesterday, the president surveyed some of the worst hit parts of western North Carolina.
Hurricane Helene has been a storm literally of historic proportions.
In the aftermath, survivors continue to cope with limited electricity, food, and water. President Biden says dozens of Starlink satellite systems have been deployed to assist with restoring communications decimated by the hurricane. Our parent company, Gray Television, is teaming up with the Salvation Army to help Helene survivors. Just scan the QR code you see there on your screen to donate. That money will go toward food, water, and long-term recovery services. Here in eastern Kentucky, folks are already working to help fellow Appalachians. Coal Country Candles in Hazard is using its craft to raise some money. Coal Country Candles co-owner Shannon Gabbard says they are helping victims by fundraising with a One Appalachia candle they created, and they'll make sure 100% of the proceeds go to victims.
We decided to use the name One Appalachia for this scent because we know that Appalachian people, no matter where we're located, are strong, we're resilient, and we help each other.
To purchase the One Appalachia candle, you can head to the store in Hazard, or you can buy it online at coalcountrycandles.com. Augusta National Golf Club announced a joint $5 million donation toward Hurricane Helene relief in that area. The home of the Masters Golf Tournament partnered with a local community foundation for the donation to a crisis fund for Helene relief. The $5 million is on top of previous separate donations by the club, the community foundation, and a hospital foundation. Some parts of the Western Hemisphere were treated to an annular solar eclipse yesterday. NOAA's solar ultraviolet imager caught the moon as it passed in front of the sun. An annular solar eclipse was visible in parts of South America, and a partial solar eclipse was visible in parts of South America, Antarctica, North America, the Atlantic Ocean, and the Pacific Ocean, including Hawaii. Coming up on First at 4, they thought it was a memory saved only in their minds. But we'll tell you how one couple is now able to watch their wedding day on video 57 years later.
And we're seeing a mixture of sun and clouds out there. We have a small rain chance in the forecast, and cooler temperatures will plot everything out coming up in a few minutes. Stay with us.